Hi, my name is Moniz Barbero, and I am CEO of the Legal Project. This year, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary and 30 years of justice.
The Capital Region has a rich history of advocacy and not-for-profit organizations. The Underground Railroad had a stop in Albany. Suffragettes walked some of our most iconic streets. The Brothers Organization fought for better sanitation in the South End. Anti-war protests erupted in civic spaces, and Occupy Albany raised awareness of financial inequality. The Legal Project is proud to be part of this history and to play an important role in advancing this proud tradition. After 30 years of justice, our legacy is one of professionalism, success, and community.
At the Legal Project, we're not just a not-for-profit organization, and we're not just a legal services organization, but we were actually a functioning law firm. We have staff attorneys now, which is incredible when I think of when we started. We started with only volunteers. We also do have hundreds of volunteer lawyers who help us every year. But what we do here is we're essentially a fully functioning law firm. We have paralegals, we have attorneys, we have administrative staff. And so the services people are getting here and that they expect to be getting, rightfully so, are those of a Class A law firm.
Stories of the attorneys who work here going the extra mile, doing things that are on some level almost unheard of. It's fairly common here at the Legal Project, and I think that's what really defines the organization.
It's very easy to criticize, public defenders and pro bono attorneys and legal services attorneys because we're not being paid the big bucks, and so there's a sense that there's not a value to the services that we provide, and I think nothing could be further from the truth.
I think it's a community among the staff. And it doesn't matter whether you're a new attorney here just starting out or if you're the manager of the whole shebang, so to speak. Everybody just communicates with each other and we're all friendly with each other. There isn't that hierarchy that you have to deal with, so that makes your overall work experience much better.
Now we're actually sitting right in the heart of an area that we would serve. And I think that makes us a part of the community here. And I think that really gets our name out there.
I have met some of the best people, and I feel that where would I be without them is really a question, because I have met mentors in my experience at the Legal Project. I've met some really great friends. Somebody who I worked with at the Legal Project was literally the very first person that I found out. When I found out I was pregnant, she was the first person that I told because she was in the office. So, it's really the people I've come across in the Legal Project who have worked here have just been the most amazing, compassionate folks, and I do wonder where I would be without them.
Before I called the Legal Project, I felt completely overwhelmed and unsure, of what my options were. And I hadn't had any prior experience working with lawyers or any sort of legal advice. And, my thoughts ahead of time were that it was probably not something that I was going to be able to afford to do, or, maybe my case wasn't worthy of a good lawyer or something like that. Just completely kind of ignorant to what my options were and what was possible. So it was really comforting to talk to Gail, and she was so down to earth and so just made it very easy and kind of made me feel like, oh, you're going to be fine. I think she even said that in the phone conversation. She was like, oh, this is not a big deal. You're going to be fine. And it was so relieving to just think that I had, a good advocate on my side and that we're going to get through it, you know. Something that was a big deal to me, maybe not to other people, but for me, you know, my home, my family, where I was living, it was really wonderful to feel like, okay, I might get through this. Yeah. Yeah, it was just, we're in the middle of a foreclosure situation from just some life situations. My spouse had been out of work for a little while, and we fell behind on mortgage payments, and I knew we were in a position where we could recover. I just needed some help, and I didn't know what my resources were. So I was really nervous, really worried, very stressed, and that phone call just took, you know, the chaotic and stressful situation from, you know, level 1,000 down to a reasonable level. And it changed my whole outlook of the situation from something bleak to something reasonable. And it was a really good phone call to make. Yeah, my outlook after this experience is definitely much more calm, much more positive, and I do feel safer. I do feel a little bit more knowledgeable, you know, that there are resources out there, there are advocates out there, whether pro bono or not. There are, you know, lawyers aren't always scary like on TV, and there are people whose job is to make the world a better place, to help people out that need help. And, you know, sometimes you have to ask around, but there's certainly knowledge out there, there's help out there, there's, you know, people like Gail out there who do what they do. And yeah, so definitely feeling a little bit more optimistic. Don't know what the future holds, but at least for now, it feels safe.
All I can say is that I love everybody that works here, and I'm so honored that I've had the opportunity to work here. I'm really proud that I was able to work here for all these years and maintain these relationships. And if some people are speaking kindly of me, I'm very, very grateful, and I thank them very much.
I met Gail when I started after I graduated law school, and the Legal Project had a position open as a future staff attorney. I wasn't admitted yet, but I started then. And I met Gail that week when I started, and she was new. She hadn't been here when I had been an intern, but she was just amazing. Like the work that she did and the way that she interacted with clients and interacted with staff and interacted with me as a baby lawyer, wasn't even a lawyer yet. You know, she was just really, really amazing and wonderful. And I've been honored to know her for so long, over 20 years, and she's one of my friends, and I'm really grateful to have met her.
If I didn't have the pleasure of working with Gail so many years, I think I would have really missed out on the opportunity to really consider and look outside the box of a way to solve a problem. Like, she's very creative in how she approaches problems, and she always, you know, it's never a no. It's always, well, you know, let's try to think about it this way, or is there another solution? So I really, I've learned from that. I've learned, you know, to try to think outside the box a little bit, to think about, you know, more creatively. You know, the other thing is that, I mean, she worked at the Legal Project. I mean, she worked well into her, I don't know if she wants me to say her age, but well into her 80s, let's say. And I admire that. I think that's amazing. I think that's really, you know, and she was, you know, just as sharp and just on the ball as she was when she started. So I would have missed out on like having somebody, you know, in the organization that really, what's the best way to say it? I'm like losing my words here. I feel like the fact that she worked for so many years and was able to really continue to give back to the community is something that is admirable and something that I aspire to do and aspire to be. So, yeah.
Many, many years ago, I met Gail Hartz. Gail Hartz was a volunteer before there was a legal project. She was a volunteer when we were just had legal clinics through the Capital District Women's Bar Legal Association. And she right away was one of our stalwart volunteers who came month after month after month. And when we became the Legal Project, she of course continued to come to our legal clinics, but she expanded with our programs and volunteered for other programs as well, until ultimately she just could not stay away at all and had to become an employee, and she was probably our greatest employee pick of all time.
Well, we won't have as many funny stories without Gail at the Legal Project. There's a lot of humor with Gail, but Gail also offered a lot of leadership and a lot of, she was almost like a mentor to a lot of people here. And I think that she tried to pass that along. I don't mean to be emotional. She's taught us to do the job with grace. Having the grace to deal with people in a very traumatic time in their lives, not rise to that level of drama so that they don't keep rising, but instead, maybe bring them down to this level where they can be a little bit calmer. They know they're going to get help. They know that's what we're here for. And your home's not going to go away if we can help it. With the foreclosure work that she did, she saved a lot of homes for people. And, before that, with domestic violence and family law, she saved a lot of women. But that's how she did it. She did it with that sense of humor and a type of grace that you don't see a lot of in the world, because a lot of people, if you're starting up here, then they go up here and then it keeps going. But Gail had that ability to bring it down to where it was level and just level set people a little bit so that they felt better when they left, always felt better when they left the appointment than maybe when they came into it. And they felt like someone had their back, and that's what we needed to learn from Gail. So we'll miss her.
What Gail means to me through these years is she's so devoted to, seeking justice for those who can't find justice themselves. She would take basically anyone that would give a call here, she would take the case on. There was always something that can be done for a client, maybe when there wasn't anything that could be done. But just having someone to talk to, I know for a fact that she put thousands of clients to ease. And through the years of us working together, our friendship, I can't even, she's really just something special. And she's become one of my favorite people in this world. And, I know she had to retire, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.